Well, if you can believe it, I can. It is time to start the show. Welcome back, everyone, to Is Your Six Covered? Appreciate you showing up. And let's get out here and see who got first place. Scribbles got first place. Tom Olson in second. Carcane in third. And Jerry Parker in fourth, coming in from John Jeffries. Well, I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful night. And I don't know, I'm a little down right now. Going ballistic. How you doing, buddy? You soon put those retirement fears behind you. Well, that's what I'm looking for. So what I am looking for is those of you that have taken the steps to a retirement. Let us know down below. So maybe some helpful tricks and tips. What up, Ortiz? What is going on, brother? Plus fives out there. We'll wait a few minutes here and let everybody show up. For some reason, it takes a little while for people to get notified. Between that and people getting their subscriptions taken away. I talked to somebody, or someone had sent me an email today. No, not an email, but they were watching a video saying, I was looking for a vault door, came across your video and noticed that I somehow was unsubscribed to you again. So appreciate it. Joaquin, what's up? Conservative Sniper Hunter. Jared Paca. Charles Tiffy. So reason for the video. So today, most of you guys know that I moved to North Carolina. Give you a little backstory in case you're new to the channel. And a lot of you guys have followed me along on this adventure that's been, if you were to ask anybody in the fire department, they would have said, it'd probably last 6 months. Of the flying back and forth from California to North Carolina. And what up, Chico? And you know what? I would have had to agree with them. And then for the first year, it was almost just like there was probably some bets that had taken place in the fire service, because there's a lot of shenanigans that happen in the fire service, if you're not aware of, just like many other types of close-knit businesses. Ken S., we got quite a few people showed up. Let me say hi to them. Dryan, I know I'm butchering that, so I apologize. 67 Rebel out there. There's a lot of shenanigans that happen. We got frozen framers out there, but I think they had bets going. I think it was an official real bets going, and I figured if I stayed long enough, they would all just pay me whatever the bet that I didn't even know they were betting was. And 6 years later, I'm finally throwing in the towel. So I did my letter of it's really not resignation though. It's retirement. I guess it is. I'm resigning, but I'm not like I'm going back to work for some other fire department somewhere. I'm not like quitting and then going to find a job and be closer to work. I am quitting the fire service. 31 years in total. An amazing time. I met just the most professional and great group of friends that I could have ever imagined having. So that was awesome. So I put in the letter, did all that stuff. And you guys can see up here, usually I have my shooting trophies. Some of my shooting helmets that are, those were trap shoots, shooting trap competitions. And now everything is in that box right there at the Fragile, where it says Fragile, that box there. So a lot of stuff. So you do accumulate a lot of stuff. And I worked for this department for 21 years, and I got a lot of crap. So I've been going through it, figuring out what I really need, really trying to slim down and kind of deal. And, there's a lot of crap that is just crap at the end of the day. You're not going to need it. I did want to keep my shooting trophies. I did have over here, you can see those two little, what the hell, over there we go. There's one, and there's the other one. I had I don't know what you call it, one earned, the Medal of Valor, and I used to keep that award on that little damn thing that I can't point at over there, right there. And just a little plaque. And I took that and a couple pictures and a couple things, and my old truck academy, you know, just things that mean something, that don't take up a lot of room. But it's I'm just like, it's trippy. So today was the deal, and we'll have some fun. This thing's going to be kind of mostly retirement, and hopefully you guys out there help me out. What up, Reb? How you doing? Hopefully you guys maybe that have retired can give anybody out here some helpful tips. But today I interviewed, there was 3 of us. It was the other 2 BCs and myself, which is BC stands for Battalion Chief. And we actually tested a couple individuals that were going to take my spot. So it was a little weird, to say the least. So I was very happy for them that, you know, they worked their way up through the fire service, especially one of them starting off as a firefighter and working his way up through the years to take the test as battalion chief. So very proud of him. The other individual I've known since the beginning, and hell, since he was a volunteer. And it was pretty cool. So we'll see who ends up taking my spot. They're going to do a better job than I ever could have done. Much smarter. And I say that because as people, you know, as the fire service gets better and better, the old school stylers, like kind of like myself, which, you know, 31 years ago, I was the young, you know, hungry rookie related. All right. Sorry for that delay. Call it a commercial. You guys could have went and peed maybe. I don't know. But it was pretty cool. As the fire service evolves, basically back in the day, you basically, if you were lucky enough, you got out of high school, you got a job with the fire service, and everything was on hand, basically learning as you're going kind of deal. And over the years, quite a few years, everything's more certificate related and college schooling. You know, basically now you need a bachelor's degree depending on what type of position you're going to be in. So the fire service is really, it's moving forward in a good way. And I know this, and it's a good thing. I've been fighting this whole traveling back and forth from North Carolina to California for 6 years. And the travel really sucks. I love coming and seeing all the guys and gals that work here for this department, and would hate to trade that for anything. But due to the fact that flying in a plane sucks ass, and wearing a mask sucks ass, and flying into the biggest pit of non-American mask COVID related, there's a lot of stuff going on in California. I know of 3 people that passed away this last week in California that I knew. And it's unfortunate. It's real. Before I thought it was kind of BS, but there's people passing away, real people, not just numbers, people that you know or that I know. So trying to get out of the snake pit, as if you want to call it that. You know, getting back to North Carolina where I feel it's a little safer. It's definitely going to be nice. So we'll get going. Let me go back out here and say hi to you guys. I was rambling on. Oh, let's see. Tom Olafson, how you doing? Got Bad Billy 429. Let me bump back here a little bit. Okay, so is Gavin Newsom going to hand you a gift for your service? No, God, no. I wouldn't take it from that jackwagon. He's an idiot. Let's see. Dryan says, smashing the thumbs up button. Appreciate that. Bad Billy. Hey, Rick, congrats on the last shift. I'm driving and listening. So I have one more shift. What a shift is for me, for the normal guys, and you call me abnormal because I, for the most part, they all work at 48.96. So that's 2 days on, 4 days off. Me, on the other hand, there's just no way I could not do too much flying to do that kind of shift. So we actually had set up a shift where I work 8 days straight. I fly in a day early, and then I fly out that next morning. So like in a few hours, basically in 10 hours, is that right? Yeah, 10 hours I'll be getting on not an airplane, but getting a ride from a shuttle bus to the airport. So luckily the guys that supported me in that are in my position, there's the 2 other guys. So they actually worked another shift, which is really crazy, which works out well for them because when I show up, they have 10 days off, and they kind of like that. But so I got to give them a lot of credit, a lot of kudos. The whole department, love them all to death. But it's definitely time to move on. But with that said, getting back to what I was trying to say is in January, I think it's the 2nd through the 9th or something like that. That will be my last days. That'll be my last shift. A shift for me is 8 straight days, 24 hours a day. So once that's done, then it will be official retirement. So between now and this morning, I'm going to pack up some crap because I can bring 2 boxes on Southwest. So I found 1 box that I can use, and maybe I'll find another one before everybody goes to sleep and do a little more packing and grab some extra stuff. But we got that. So Conservative Sniper Hunter says, how many years do you have been sitting in that office? This office, we actually moved from a different building to this building. I think I've been in here 8 years. That'd be a guess. Yeah, that sounds about right. 8 years maybe. Scott79, how you doing? Who says you have to retire if you don't want to? Well, Scott, me physically, just doing the airplane thing, the six years of flying back and forth on an airplane really sucks ass every month. It's not that I don't want to work anymore. I'm probably sure I'm going to go find something to do. It'll probably be part-time. I planned ahead, and I've done a good job of trying to keep myself ready for retirement. So that part's okay. But the flying thing, I'm just over the shit. I don't want to fly anymore. So now, if you guys can invent that whole click your heels thing and poof, you're instantly at some place, then maybe I'll do it. So Joaquin says, drive safe, Bad Billy. That's right, Bad Billy. You drive safe. Richard's out there. How's life behind the lines of the Western Front? It's pretty crazy around here. Better teach them to love sweet tea. If you ever have a chance to go to California, only place you'll really find sweet tea that's pre-made is like McDonald's, which I don't even go to McDonald's while I'm out here. Pretty much everywhere you go, if you order tea, it's not going to be sweet, and then you have to ask them for some sugar and lots of it. Let's see. Congratulations on your retirement. Guys in the firehouse are going to love getting their bandwidth back. No more live streams from work. Yeah, no, they should have plenty of bandwidth. Okay, so one of the things that COVID has impacted in the fire service, and this isn't even COVID related, if for some reason you were going to design a fire station, or if you were going to start a new fire station, I noticed that it was a few years back when we started putting TVs in everybody's rooms, which the fire chief at the time thought that was pretty cool. Everybody could kind of watch what they want to watch. And I thought it was kind of cool for about 2 seconds. The reason why is because the fire department, basically in the morning, you do morning cleanup, you check out your rigs, you get all your gear, you train, you PT, all that stuff. And then by the end of all that, should be around time to, get dinner ready and so on and so forth. But the camaraderie of the fire service has really, and I'm basically just talking about this one because a lot of fire stations are different. They may only have one TV. Highly unlikely now with how cheap TVs are and stuff. But back in the day when TVs were expensive, it was like there was one. And, you really see a lot of people starting to go to their bedrooms. You know, you got people that are sports fans, you got people that like to watch, you know, this or that. And so you got, you know, a lot of different types of people. So I can understand it. But back in the day, man, everybody sat by the same TV, bullshitting, having fun, building camaraderie, just making a good old time, having fun. And I think that has been a detriment to the fire service, was all the technology. I mean, it's also good, but it's also bad too. Let's see. Let's keep catching up here. That's the big boss calling, saying, "Get off the live stream." No, it's not. Joaquin says, "Hey, Tom, or Ortiz, I'm sure you're leaving it better than you left it, bro." I am. I wish I could get into the facts and tell you how cool a lot of stuff is around here and the things I've been able to do and all that kind of cool stuff, but still leaving it. I definitely always told everybody, you know, I was going to leave my department out of it. That way, someday when I become, you know, famous or something, I don't want all these fans trying to mob the fire station and all that kind of stuff. Totally kidding everybody. No, I wanted to keep it separate because it is something completely different. Like right now I'm working, but it's 7 o'clock here. So right now some people are, you know, they're in their rooms watching TV, and some are doing whatever the hell they're doing. I don't know what they're all doing, but it's kind of free time. Obviously, if the bells ring, it's game on, get to work. But like for me, I come in here, and because you have a captain, an engineer, a firefighter, and a paramedic, and the captain runs his shift, and I want him to be able to do that. So I try not to impact them. So the reason why you see me in here a lot is because I come in here as my little way of letting him, you know, obviously it's a little different having a chief in the fire station with them, so, or with the crew. So it impacts them a little bit, even if some say it doesn't, it does. What's up, John Kreideman? How you doing, buddy? Flying home tomorrow, amigo. The signal is put out over the TV. Aliens. That's right, Lynn Holt. Definitely aliens. Joe Dowdy's out there. What's up? Let's see. And that's probably in a lot of different businesses. Not just the fire service. I'm sure it's quite a few things, but yeah, it was sad taking not even all my shit down. It's just, I got a lot of stuff, and I'm like, I got to keep the boxes under 50 pounds and all that stuff. What's up, TV? How you doing? But it's a sad day. It is really a sad day. I'm going, man, I'm really not going to be around anymore. This is kind of weird. So during that test that I was doing for whoever's going to end up basically promoting and taking my job, one of the guys at the end of the interview, which we had to do by Zoom, by the way. So that's one of the changes with the COVID as well. You're doing hiring testing over the internet, which is just, you know, if someone was to say that 30 years ago, we'd all be laughing and going, that's not even possible. But today is December of 2020, and who knows what could happen if we can just get through this year, hopefully. I don't know. It's weird. So at the end of this interview that we did, he had said something, and he was basically talking about me leaving, and he started tearing up a little bit, and I started tearing up with him, you know, because these people, I tell you, I've known a lot of them forever. I mean, forever. I even went to high school with some of these guys, and you know, you grow a great bond of people, you know, knowing that you need to save them and they need to save you, and you have a really good brotherhood and sisterhood, and you know their kids, and you've seen them grow up. Hell, a lot of them are in college now, and they were just born when we had started this whole thing. And it is definitely it's a weird thing. You got a lot of new firefighters coming in, and it's just weird. It is weird. How many of you guys out there are retired right now? Just one EMP is all it takes. When you stay with the company for so many years, you got your own office. There's always a lot of stuff you got to remove. Yeah, I got my little I didn't even have room in the box, but my appreciation award for 20 years of service, a couple more pictures. Hell, it's a copper trucky mural, or not mural like thing. Well, hell, it's just right there. That thing right there is made out of copper coated. It's this little sculpture deal, and I've had that thing in the firehouse for like 20 something years here. So you just collect a ton of shit. Orion's retired. That's awesome. Papa's retired. PR687. How you doing? Richard L. He retired at 45. Awesome, man. We got Nick's place out there. Nick, are you retired? Commando 97. Yeah, so there's quite a few of you. Maybe you guys can what's the toughest thing? So usually in the people in the fire service, so the average age, you guys are probably not even gonna believe me or blow your damn mind. The average lifespan after retirement for a firefighter, at least kind of the old school ones, is 5 years. Which you're like, there's no way in hell. That is the case. Usually they get cancer, they pass away from something, unfortunately, and they really didn't have time, you know. And I didn't want to be the guy that worked my entire life only to live 5 more years, you know, have 5 years. You work 30 years. Some of these guys are working 40 years. And then you have 5 years of fun, right? I'm not about that. I want to go have fun. I would rather have less money and more fun than to have a bunch of money and then not even get to enjoy any of it. So made the conscious decision to say, you know what, 31 years in the fire service is plenty. I better quit drinking that tea. Yeah, this shit's gonna kill me right here. That's a fact, X-Ring. Even though your Diet Coke's probably worse. So kind of sad. What Eagle Eye get? Going to do a solid on this video. Eagle Eye had a chance to shoot with, where's he at? I saw him in here a second ago. Damn it. They had met up somewhere in the desert. I can't remember. It's Junior, but I can't remember his damn channel name. I'm sure he'll type something out there. West Covina Dodge, self-employed, never going to stop. What's up, X-Ring? Let's see see, and that's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind figuring something out and have some fun. I really kind of want to make yeah, you lurker, X-Ring. You know, just do something a little fun with YouTube. Make a couple bucks here and there and call it good. Oh, let's see. Tea is good for you, Ray. It's all that sugar's the problem. What up, Shaggy Rifleman? You realize now you have a free time to join me out in tactical response land. Yeah, Richard. I do want to get over there and try that out. Big D, what's up? He says he retired after 37 years of law enforcement. I didn't like it, so I went back to work as police officer at the small college. See, that's the problem I was trying to get into, and then I saw shiny objects and forgot all about what the hell I was talking about. But most fire guys, a lot of law enforcement, they work 30 years, they can retire, and then they go work for somebody else. Is it because they love the job so much? Probably is. They miss the camaraderie of hanging out with a bunch of pals, and that's going to be some of it. I think what you've been seeing on YouTube for the last probably month, 2 months, of me really trying to get the let me make sure I say this right, because DW is going to bust me up. It's Isyour6covered Global Productions. That's the right way to say it. Trying to get that all to going. Having a ton of fun on YouTube, so I plan on just cracking down hard on YouTube, having a lot of fun, doing a lot of videos. And with that is going to be a lot of shooting. So in order to forget about all the cool camaraderie and all the fun and all the guys and gals that I miss here in California, I'm going to substitute that with shit tons of shooting and having a good time. So there is that. So that should be fun. We actually just ordered basically a damn truckload of 22 long rifles. So once that shows up, where's going to be all that voodoo's going to be, that barrel's going to be glowing by the time we're done. What's up, Mil-Spec Grunt? 45 Auto, global headquarters of Isyour6covered Productions. There you go. John Kreiderman's been helping a lot. It's been a ton of fun. And I love the work. Just gets in the way of shooting. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's been like, what's up? WTF SoCal. I'm going to miss SoCal. I haven't seen him in a while, actually. Maybe I need to figure out how to get you to a retirement party that I don't even know is going to happen, because that's the other shitty ass part of the whole damn thing. Don't retire when there's COVID, because basically your department party can't really happen because you're not allowed to gather. So that's just a bunch of horse shit. I totally understand why. It just sucks. You retire from the fire service for 31 years and then you can't even really have a retirement party, which blows ass. Is what it is, I guess. Armament Naxxes, how you doing? So kind of sad about that. I love the work, just gets in the way of shooting. I read that one. See, gonna miss you too, brother. Do some man card videos for those of us that don't have a father figure, like X-Ring's oil changing video. That was actually a pretty good video, I will say. You know, I did a bunch, not a bunch. I did quite a few, if quite a few's like 5. I did a few. I thought my best thing I could do for anybody was helping them knowledge, get in the fire service. So I had done a video series called Into the Fire. So most of you guys are a little older. You're already in your whatever you're going to be doing for the rest of your career. But if you got a cousin or nephew, there is some pretty good videos out there that can help people get into the fire service. So I wanted to do those videos and kind of use that as a way to help people. Obviously, I love shooting and all that stuff more, so it wasn't a fire, like a fire YouTube channel where it was all about fire, because ain't nobody got time to talk about fire the whole time. But it was something I thought could help the young groups coming in to the fire service. So got the Department of Justice letter about the brace. I haven't seen. Is there new brace stuff out there? Jeez. You are never required to read my nutskery when I type a novel on your channel. It will never offend me if you don't. Yeah, Drew Bradley. I will say Drew Bradley is what I would call over the top when it comes to comments. He does a very good job of relaying what he's trying to say within a large paragraph or pages, but always good reading. So thanks, Drew Bradley. Let's see. Rick, I understand it's tissue time, but you went live. We all love you, bud. I appreciate it, Otter. You guys have, and I've said this before, and you don't even know the reasons why, but you guys being able to chat with you out there have helped me incredibly. Just getting through normal, everyday people's stuff, and I do appreciate it. So I want to say thanks to you, all of you out there that do that and hang out on the chats, come on the chats and BS with me, and we learn a lot, whether you're learning from me or X-Ring, or if we're learning from you guys as well. You guys have a lot of good stuff out there. So retirement party, ? The only thing I left with that I didn't come was a bad back. Ryan Fix, that sucks. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have something retirement party. Who knows what it'll be? And then we're gonna do an off-duty retirement party, and hoping to get quite a few of the old buddies together that I used to hang out with. So we'll see what happens. What's up, Skunk Cape? Let's see what happens. Maybe we can even drag X-Ring down here the last shift. I was actually even thinking about, I had thought about flying in and renting a car and doing a road trip home, because after I retire, I ain't got to be nowhere, right? So it might be fun to have like a 3 or 4 day adventure on headed home. And then that way I could just throw a few of the boxes in the back of the car and bam, be done. But I don't know. I'll have to see if old X-Ring's up for the challenge. Mississippi Buckeye, how you doing? Question about a HRM Pro and 6.5 PRC and shoots great, except for the first shot. First shots hit a 1/2 mil high. Then I can put last 4 in a 1/2 inch every time. Not scope mount or action screws. Any ideas? Yeah, it's a cold bore, I think. If it's your first shot, I did a video, and this video is not going to help you with this. It's just basically your cold bore shot. You need to take that data, and if that data is the same every time, that first cold bore shot is going to be, I think when I was doing, if you look at some of my old Tika videos, we were doing this fun, I called it the sniper challenge, and it was, you had to run for 5 minutes, and then you had to get on the gun prone and shoot inside of a 1-inch pasty. It had to be, the bullet could not break the pasty. It had to be inside of it. So you got elevated heart rate and you got all this stuff. And it took me like 3 or 4 times. And a lot of it is getting, because I'm not the most in shape, but a lot of it is getting to know your rifle. Where is that first cold bore shot going to be? Great topic, great question, by the way. It's going to be definitely different. So if that first shot's the one you're really wanting, depending on what you're doing, say you're hunting, where you're not going to be doing a bunch of shooting, but you really need to know where that first cold bore shot is. That's where you start writing all that stuff down. You take that little, I used to take that little target that I would paste on the cardboard, and I would rip it off and I'd put it in my sniper data logbook. And you could see, okay, I'm doing this every time. And then after that, when you're trying to shoot groups, it obviously changes from your cold bore shot, but it depends. Do you want the cold bore shot to be more important, or do you want your group, your next 5 shots to group like that? But you can still have that. You just need to know that on this first shot, it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be up 2/10 and over left or right to 1/10 or whatever it ends up being. You dial that in, first shot, bing, you hit the little thing, and then you bring it back, your scope turrets back to 0, and now you can print your nice group. I got this damn cat that likes to walk in front of my ring. Go get that cat for me, Ray. Yeah, so Armament Nax says cold bore shot is what all snipers must do. I think that's a good idea, Mr. Rick. Take it slow and let it sink in, and then I hope you can cope with it. I think so. Sometimes that's just how it is. Learn to live with it. I didn't have. That would be some road trip, Lynn says. Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, Criderman, road trip, buddy. You looking forward to retirement? Milspec Grunt, great question. I am looking forward to I'm looking forward to retirement. I'm looking forward to not having to come back to California. I'm not looking forward to missing out and hanging out with the guys and gals, but give and take, right? If you don't want to fly, I guess the only way to get over here is to drive. Super glad I got to hang out, do lunch, etc. with you. I'm going to make it out. See you your last time down there for sure. I appreciate it. +5 would be great. What is Chris going to do? Which Chris? My buddy Chris? He's still got a couple more years. Oh, what is Chris gonna do? You gotta elaborate on that, WTF. I don't know which Chris you're talking about. Let's see. Chico Wise says cold bore. Yep. DW. Hi, Rick. Did you see that email I sent you about a video to accuratize your rifle? I saw a couple videos. I saw one from Conservative Sniper Hunter, I think, sent me one. And I think, yeah, one of them was yours. There was one about accurizing a barrel, but I don't remember. Sounds like Star Trek. Don't forget the like button, folks. Chico Wise says, is it really cold bore or cold shooter? Oh, I can definitely tell you, Commando 97. It's definitely cold bore. It is different. As that metal heats up, it definitely changes a little bit. I noticed in the Tika. Now, here's a question for you guys. So let's say you're running a truck axle, basically a PRS, call it a 6 Creedmoor, like that one rainbow unicorn, whatever the hell, Skittle Vomit rifle. You know, and that thing's got a freaking 1-inch barrel on it. And it's massive, right? Now, does that barrel with a cold bore shoot different than, say, like a thinner, like Tika? I don't know what contour that barrel is, but, you know, it's definitely thinner and a lot better to carry around. But do you think the cold bore shot on that would be more or less? And would a PRS style rifle with a truck axle barrel even have a difference with the first cold barrel shot compared to, say, you know, the 8th or 9th round? Let me know what you think. Isyour6covered Chris, the guy who had sushi. Oh yeah. Chris is my brother. He actually sent him a link because he's in the fire service. We're going to talk. He has a couple more years till he retires. We had kind of started out. I'm a year older than him, so I got out of high school a year before, and we both went into the fire service. But he had actually went into the Navy. I think it was 4 or 5 years. So he actually, after he got out of the Navy, went back into the fire service. And so he has a few more years before he can retire. But yeah, he'll still be out here, WTF SoCal. Orange 6.5 Creedmoor bull barrel. Let's see, last shift. Don't respond to any calls. That's how all bad cop movies start. Prone Wolf. No, if we get a call, we're going. We are here to help. We are definitely here to help. I got one more, though. I got one more 8-dayer. Thanks. I was wondering if the recoil lug may need bedded. I can shoot 5 and wait 2 minutes and do it again while the barrel is still warm. Yeah, if the barrel's warm. And a true cold bore cannot be, like when I was doing that test with basically that sniper test, as we were calling it, where you did the running and then had to do the first cold bore shot. You weren't even allowed, and I wasn't even allowed in my mind to even take a second shot even hours later. I didn't consider it a cold bore shot. It had to be the first shot of that day with that rifle. And if you missed, you missed. There was plenty of times that I was just close to getting the pasty right in the beginning, trying to learn my cold bore zero. And then I was dialing it in. I would hit the pasty, but I'd break the line. And it was a fun little series. There was quite a few people that enjoyed that little. They probably just enjoyed me running around and breathing hard and dying. But it was a fun experience. Learned a lot from that. But a true cold bore, you know, and you can get the barrel back down to the temperature of that, you know, the environment that you're in. But you get one shot. As far as I'm concerned, you get one shot for the day. And actually, where's he at? I saw him in here. Eagle Eye Shooting has been slacking his ass off because for almost a year now, he said he was going to work on that. Or he could have done the video and I missed it, which would make me the asshole. But I don't really know. Skulls out there. 6.5 Creedmoor Eagle Eye built me. The cold bore and warm barrel is the same. Well, that's because Eagle Eye makes great stuff. Definitely makes great stuff for sure. Let's see. Reason why you have cold bore shot is just like it says, cold air in the bore. After that first shot, the temp changes. Well said, Prone. There you go. That's the Armament X says, seriously, brother, I feel much better when you are at home for good. Yeah, you know what? I am too. There's some of the biggest concerns that I had being out here was think of the last 6 years. The last 6 years were all this Antifa, and this is just the last couple of years, the Antifa stuff and the rioting and people breaking into people's homes and all the shit that's going on right now and all the possible world chaos, right? And all that. And to be 3,000 miles away from my family, and not being able to protect them, 3,000 miles away from all my firearms and ammo, not have anything here. So if the world just shut down right now, say EMP or whatever, how am I going to get to my family in North Carolina? So that was always a huge, huge burden on my brain. So I always had to, every time I left, there was one time I actually ended up burning some sick time. It was like, I took some vacation time because it was, they had said like a certain date and like something bad was really going to happen, supposedly, after like some testing or I don't know. It was like basically martial law kind of crap or whatever it was. And I was so concerned. I was like, I don't want to be in California if this does pop off. And I actually had to take, I took the shift off, which was 8 days I had to take off. So that really ate into my bank of hours. So those are some of the big concerns I had. So that may make more sense to you now that I'm not so much spilling the beans, but going through all the processes through the last 6 years that have taken place. Let's see. Isyour6 covered. Breathing hard, climbing the rope, riding the one wheel. Man, I tell you what, we've had a lot of fun. I think I've been on YouTube for 8 years now, and there's a lot of stuff. I remember when we were doing some giveaway stuff, every time somebody, like points, every time somebody would get the correct answer, I would write their name on the brass, and I can't remember what I was giving away. I mean, it was a knife or something, a Microtech knife, and I was asking some pretty tough questions, and people were coming up with the answers. I'm like, man, I guess being on YouTube for 8 years, I mean, some of you guys that have been around forever, it's like, you know a lot about me, and like the dogs' names and, just a shit ton of stuff because it's pretty crazy. So it's kind of fun. What is the majority of calls your department gets? Fire or cat and trees? It's going to be medical aids. Medical aids, especially where we're at, there's a very large building that houses a lot of people in it. And a lot of times COVID's really slowed it down, but like there's conventions and different types of things. And there's a lot of people in this building, like right here. But it's usually medical aids. Anything from somebody sick to wanting to commit suicide or jumping from a building or whatever. But for the most of the calls in pretty much all fire departments, unless they don't do ALS style calls, responses, is medical. Let's see. How shallow? What up, Idaho Rogers? Is this your final trip home or you have another shift? I have one more, TB. It's in January. It's like January 2nd to the 9th or something like that. And that is my official last one. Whether I fly back, drive back, I don't know what I'm going to do. I know I don't even know for sure I'm going to fly here. I might even drive here. I don't know. I don't really want to drive here and then drive back, though. So it'd probably be fly here, rent a car, and at best scenario, rent a car and check out a few states on the way back. Maybe go visit Eagle Eye, do some long range shooting with the rattlesnakes. Let's see. Here's your phone. What's everyone on here think about ballistic advantage? Barrel 24-inch 6.5 Creedmoor heavy barrel for say $318. It's for an AR-10. So is it the upper or just the barrel? Oh, it's the barrel. DW, I'm not sure. Especially being able to find any parts right now for a decent price, which $318 isn't bad at all. That's if you want a 6.5 Creedmoor. It's going to shoot better than that AR-10 308 anyways. Maybe not, though, actually. Sounds like a winner to me, DW. Well, at least you got good neighbors now. Yeah, for the most part. Let's see. Darn, I do not. His dog's name. Someone please just do not let R know. Otter. Oh, Nick's out of here. Later, Nick's. Rick, have you ever been called for a drunk having an appendage stuck in something? Just curious. Yeah, I don't know if I could tell this story on here. Let's just say somebody was doing something naked. This wasn't even a call I went on. This was one that had happened. And somehow accidentally slipped and fell, and the candle ended up in a spot that normal candles don't go. So there's a lot of weird stuff that happens. I don't even know if they're drunk, though. Palm Springs has a lot of those funky style calls. Hitting steel, that's right. +5. Eagle Eye Shooting, hitting steel is going to show me the basics. And I'm reading and watching vids on it. +5. Sounds like, yeah, X-Ring. Let's do a road trip. Let's see here. Gates Jr.'s out there. How you doing? You're right. The 6.5 will shoot better. Haha. I need to get out there with Eagle Eye Shooting to shoot in the desert. That'd be fun. Maybe me and Ray, I don't know if Ray's up for it or not, but take a few days to drive back and go hang out with a few of you guys. It'd be kind of cool. Biscuit, yep, Biscuit's one of them. Light the candle. DW. Oh, you have a great night, Richard. Appreciate you showing up. It was definitely a pleasure. I just feel my last jar. Okay. Hint, hint. Oh, nice. Nice. I just feel my last jar. I just got to get that stuff ready for his return to North Carolina. Oh, nice. Copy that. Had a lot of reloading videos removed. What is your number one most remembering lesson you truly learned without having the training to handle it? What is your number one most remembering lesson have you truly learned without having the training to handle it? Man, I don't. I'm sure there's a ton, TB. Trust me. There was quite a few times I said, "What the hell am I doing?" But honestly, I don't even know how to answer that right now. Hit me up on that on another chat. Give me some time to think about that one. The candle was dripping, but it wasn't. You'd be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, the kind of stuff that first responders see. Not only gruesome, but sometimes just downright hilarious and sick. And I don't mean the sick of gruesomeness, more or less like, what in the hell did I just witness? I can't get it out of my eyes. It won't leave. Let's see. +5, you'll enjoy it. Hopefully, reloading opens up a new world of possibilities for shooters. That is true. Just so you guys know, Chico-wise, I've been known him for a while. I actually got a chance to meet him out in Georgia. Great gentleman. But he was looking for some ammo and some reloading supplies. And I believe it was on maybe Facebook or Instagram or something. I think it was like Facebook. And basically, the person selling this fake shit, which was ammo, primers, and that kind of stuff. So be on the lookout. There is scammers out there. And Chico Wise did a good little video on, be careful and watch out. If you think it's too good to be true, it probably is. I know everybody's scounging around for ammo right now. So if you're like, what? 50 rounds of 9mm for $3? Oh man, yeah, I want to buy like 300 boxes of it. More than likely it's all a bunch of BS and they're trying to get your card information or something. So be on the lookout for that. There's a lot of assholes out there trying to take advantage of people, especially during a crisis. The crisis being not enough damn ammo to go around. Rotten Barrel, you have the right fuel. Let's see. Hi, Rick. Don't be afraid of retirement. Cherish it. I am Talking Rock. I appreciate the words of advice, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to not really having to basically plan my day. I can do whatever the hell I want. I could stay up till 3 a.m. with a live chat and sleep until 10:30 if I want. That guy must have been named Jack. Let's see. Rick, yep, the calls I was on, you just never forget. Yeah, Reb. Some they just won't get out of your head. Over the years, they go away. Most of them. So say you had say 250 really gnarly calls in your head. As the years go away or grow long, right? A lot of those ones kind of get erased from your head. Or maybe we just get so old we forget all the shit. And that's probably a good thing too. That's probably a good thing for me is not being able to remember crap. I know my wife tells me I just told you the other day that this, and I'm like, I don't remember you saying that. So I don't know if I want to end up with Alzheimer's or not, but if I do, at least pick one good movie so I can watch it every day. Talking Rock says 10 pounds of powder and 4,000 primers this week. Nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Congrats and enjoy retirement. 3 crowns. I appreciate that. Greetings from Alaska. SEKAF. I'm just going to say SEKAF. SEKAF. It's probably a name. Maybe it's why does not my brain's not working? See, this is the shit I was talking about retiring. I need to retire because I can't remember nothing. Acronym. That could be an acronym. I'm not sure. They're all capital, so maybe. So appreciate it. Thanks, and welcome to the chat from Alaska. It was too good to be true. It is, Lynn says. Yeah, you're probably getting scammed. The other Tim Davis is out there. How you doing, Mr. Tim Davis? What did he win? You won. Did you get? Yeah, you got your hat. I think you had sent me an email saying your hat showed up. He actually helped me design that hat right there, that logo. Look how cool that logo is. You can see the little bolt. More time to sell hats, Rick. DW says. I actually ordered some more hats while I was here, and if X-Ring's still out there, I was supposed to go look at his new patch, and I had one of our employees get some symptoms of COVID, so we had to send him home, and then there's a bunch of bullshit that has to happen to take place and decon the whole fire station and all sorts of bullshit. So that didn't happen. So unfortunately, it sucks because I wanted to see that patch and make sure it looked good, but now I can't because I'm leaving at 5 a.m. Guy says he has primers, $35 a thousand. I called his bluff and trolled him back. Good job, Chico Wise. Kick his ass, buddy. Eagle Eye. Thanks, Otter. Much appreciated. You're good people. Read your comments on that video. Whoa. Man, it just jumped. It's cold here in Ohio. I don't want to think about temp. Good night, all. Have a good one, Joaquin. Have a good one. That's called selective hearing. Yeah, exactly. Ronald Wilson says, hello, all. Sitting here with the song, 16 Candles in my head now. Really just in my head. Yeah, let's just keep it in your head and nowhere else, Ronald Wilson. There'll be no slipping. There's no reason you need to run around the house naked and accidentally fall. 51st dates. There you go, Shaggy Rifleman. That would be a good one for me. That was actually a good one. Let's see here. I try not to remember what the wife said the same way she does me. Yeah, talking wrong. I think it's the frequency, the tone of the voice. We try to shoot a lot more so we can get rid of that tone, whatever that tone may be. Let's see. I don't think powders and primers are not being shipped to northern Indiana store locations. Any of them. Yep, new people getting scammed. Is that a black multicam hat? That one is. This is the only one in the world. This one's actually flex fit. This was a test sample I did. Not scam, just an acronym. All right, there you go. Just an acronym. Hope the stock market don't crash. Well, the stock market's been doing damn well, pretty dang good. Just need some basic info on that scammer and a $10 donation to Scientology. He'll never be left alone. Oh, that's awesome. That is that's an amazing trick right there. That's what that is. I had a wife once. Pretty sure I'm better on my own. Yeah, armament and axes. I know what you're talking about. Anyone know where to buy a 6.5 Creedmoor or 270 Winchester hunting rounds? Right now, I have no idea. The only thing I've been seeing on the shelves is just some really, actually, shotgun stuff's about the only thing I see on the shelves, the ones I've been going to. Is that your last night as the LBC? No, I got one more 8-day to do, and then I'm done. And a wife. Oh, I finally caught up to the comments. You guys are slacking on me. Yeah, the first few days we were here in California, it was freaking cold. It was like 36 was the low, and today, I don't remember what the high was. I think the high on the cold day was like 62, and then today was actually pretty damn decent. It was like 74, so it's pretty nice. Well, I've been almost here an hour. You guys got any questions or comments or concerns? Rick, you still cutting down trees? V-Borg. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I did a video years back where I cut down a tree and it falls on my house. And it was not planned. I did not plan it. What I wanted to do was I had a camera set up because I wanted to get a slow-mo of the tree falling. I thought it'd be kind of cool. Except it landed on my house. And my wife was not happy. And I was scared. I was scared. My local Rural King big box store has 300 wins box for $20. That's 20 for $73. Jeez. Wally still has those calibers I've seen. Chico wise, Wally World. Chico says Wally World still got them. Walmart. I tried being single and it sucks. The problem with most people is they pick the wrong partner. Yeah, well, it's not that. I don't think it's a lot of people after so many years just kind of grow differently. They got different goals, different things they want to accomplish. Shot shells here are thinned out. Only heavy steel stuff for anti-aircraft work. Lynn. Yeah, no shit. Huh? It's a big old duck hunting shit. The only ammo local academy is 35 Wheeling. Wow. Let's just call it the shelves are very empty. Very empty. That is the plus to having reloading supplies for sure. I do know a trick if you guys want to find 22 long rifle ammunition. Being single is the best unless you are lonely and horny. Yeah. Academy store where I live now has only boxes of targets and no ammo. Yeah, nothing like selling a bunch of targets that you can't shoot at, right? Did you see the +5 video featuring a hit in Steel, California? Yeah, those two guys went out to shoot. I had saw some Instagram photos or something. Okay, my bad. I guess I said that. That's why you have to roll your own until you run out of primers. Yeah, Reb. I actually, because I knew this, I didn't know this was going to be this bad, but like right now, you can't find primers per se, right? But you may find bullets. Well, who's to say that next month, and I'm not saying that it's going to happen because more than likely it isn't, but I want to use it as a way of giving you guys an idea. So right now, if you can't find what you're looking for, say you're a reloader and you got some powder, say you got some projectiles and you got some cases and that kind of stuff, but you don't have any primers. So you're like, well, shit, I can't get any primers right now. Well, but you may have the ability right now, because I just ordered, I think it was 5,000 rounds of 9mm projectiles. So primers you can't find right now. But who's to say 2 months from now the primers show up, and I'm pretty sure they're not gonna, but they show up and everybody's buying primers. But the problem is you were so worried about buying primers that you didn't stock up on the other shit, like your powders and your projectiles. So even though there's no primers, work on the other stuff. If they have it and it's a decent price, a good price, buy the shit. Because that same stuff, you may be able to trade somebody that bought a bunch of primers but couldn't get the bullets. And then together you guys are unstoppable. Getting tail, not that tough. Relationships are. But wait, look at the bright side. There's plenty of bows and arrows out there. There is. Keep the smile and you're going to get in your good, great attitude. Oh, concern since you asked. Don't tell. Don't tell. I have some, so still tell the trick anyway. Oh, okay, it's not really a trick. The problem is it's going to be an expensive trick, but you may want to talk to a few buddies and say, Rick, very true. Stock up on what you can get. So you can bring your rifle to a testing facility. Lapua. Depends on, I don't know how you say it exactly. Lapua. But you get your rifle tested for the best lot of ammo. So they will take your rifle and they will try, like, I think it's like 6 different lots. Now remember, you're buying Lapua Center X, right? So it's it's not the cheap bullshit that you buy in a big old box and you just plink plink plink. This is for people that are gonna, think about doing some 22 long rifle precision shooting, or maybe you just want really good ammo. But after you do that, they ask you how many rounds of ammo you would like to purchase, because you're taking that rifle that's yours and they're figuring out which lot of 22 long rifle ammo is the best and shoots the best out of that rifle, and then they will ask you, how many rounds of 22 long rifle would you like? And if you're smart, you may say, ooh, 3 or 4. You just tell them La Pua. You tell them maybe you and a few buddies have decided that you want some 22 long rifle, and guess what? Now you got as much as you want. Just saying. If it was me, that's how you would get some ammo. But you need to want to shoot accurate 22 long rifle. I was talking up on P80s. Okay, no, on primers, brass, and powder. Big problem. A lot of people stock up on supplies but don't put it together. I'd rather put all those supplies together and have 40,000 rounds on hand than not. Just me, though. Shaggy Rifleman, I was kind of like that. I used to be like that. I would make like, a couple thousand rounds of this and a couple thousand rounds of that. And I'm still more on the mindset of that. Not so much like thousands of rounds, but like, quite a few hundred rounds. Let's just say, like, we're talking bolt action rifles, like 300 rounds on hand. Like, you don't go to the range and shoot 300 rounds in a day. If you do, you're just ruining your barrel. But, have enough where you can go. It's done. Everything's the same. It's the same scale weight. Everything's the same. Bam, bam, bam. But to put like all your eggs and put it all together, maybe not a good idea, because you might be like, you know what? I just bought this new rifle and it's chambered in whatever. And now I got no primers and I got no powder and I got none of this because I used it all up on that rifle. And hell, I don't even want to shoot that rifle anymore. So I'm going to tell the secrets. These are all great people out here. It's not like this is some huge chat. These are like tight-knit group, good, awesome people out here. So I'm going to give away my secrets. It's not even a secret. That's what it is. I have buttloads of loading components, but no time to shoot them. So I guess at this rate, I've got a range. Oh, I see and have met. Oh, this thing keeps skipping. I've got a life supply. There you go. It's kind of like powder. It's like, do I really need powder anymore? I should have enough. I'll send my oldest up there with you, Idaho. He'll fix that in one shooting session. Yeah, that's the thing. Get them kids on them rifles and shit, your ammo will be gone before you know it. You're like, shit, now I got to reload all this crap. Bolt action is understandable, but most freeloaders I see and have met don't shoot long range. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to get on a 650 and just pump out a bunch of 223 or something like 55 grain, that makes sense. I have vacuum bags filled and stuffed in the floor joists of the basement ceiling. Let us hope my city home never catches on fire. LOL. Quantity I won't mention on here. Yeah, that's the thing. I tell you what, I wanted to get one of the guys from the station on here. This would have been an amazing, in my mind, an amazing topic to talk about. And I felt really bad for him. And on one end of the spectrum, I was like, man, you really you shit the bed on this one. Like, now you're worried about it? So I guess we can get into it now, because unfortunately he's not here. It would have been great to get him on and talk about his side of it. But what had happened is he had come to me yesterday, or maybe it was the day before. I don't know. I've been here too many days. And he says, hey, Chief, he's all, where do I get a pistol at? And I'm telling him, I'm like, man, right now is like the worst time you could ever look for anything. I said, there's no ammo, there's no pistols, there's just nothing out. Anything you buy, yeah, probably something, a piece of better than a sharp poke in the eye with a stick. But I'm like, man, you shouldn't have waited so long. And he has concerns now about being able to protect his house and his family. Now he's got 3 kids now, and his pretty wife, and being able to protect them. But it's just like, man, it's like, why did you wait so long? And we started talking about prepping stuff, and I basically kind of went into the thing. I started kind of test questioning him. I'm like, all right, so right now, the power goes out, and we were talking about food supply and like what to eat first and what to eat last, and what would you do if this happened. And you could just see it in his face of, a concern, a want to know more, and I was telling him things that I lack in, like wishing I was better at canning food and, some of the some of the steps, you know. And I'm not saying I'm some great prepper, because I'm not at all. But understanding that, yes, things can happen, and being able to protect your family and blah, blah, blah. But just to see that like worry in his face, and I was like, man, I'm like, yeah. And Tim talks about the California roster, you know, and every year there's less and less guns basically that you can pick up, because they're falling off the roster, so you can no longer shoot them or purchase them. And I just feel really bad for people that didn't wake up a lot sooner. It's just unfortunate. He's asking me like, I have my neighbor across the street is a border patrol agent, and he actually let me borrow one of his pistols. But all I have is like, I think he had like 10 rounds or something. He's like, do you know where I can get like ammo? And I'm like, you know, if I would have been at my house, I could have just made him 50 rounds in like 10 minutes, you know, and made him feel better about at least having 50 rounds of ammo. But I'm just like, you know, I got nothing here, no way of helping the guy. But I'm just like, man, why now? Like, what does it take for you to finally wake up? Like, what is it? Like, after all this 4 years, all this shit, and people rioting and breaking and looting and murdering, right? You know, and all the stuff that's taking place. And like, what was the reason right now that you think why it's bad enough now, or 2 years ago, 4 years ago, with all the chaos and shit going on, like that wasn't enough to spark your interest to get a pistol, but right now is. And I don't know what the answer is, but I felt bad. I felt bad because, you know, I got pistols that are sitting around. I haven't shot in shit 2-3 years. I mean, it's just, you know, I've been shooting guns for hell damn near all my life, and you know, a new one will come out and I'll be like, oh, that one's cool. And then, you know, 3 years later, I haven't shot that one in a couple of years because I moved on to bolt guns or whatever the case is, and shit just starts collecting dust. And it's unfortunate, because I wish I could help the guy out. DW's got some green tip, a whole crap load of them. Let's see. I have a vacuum bag full of stuff on the floor. I read that one. For you USA guys, La Pua. Very simple. See, Otter knows what the hell I'm talking about. La Pua. I found an awesome ammo first here on YouTube. Okay, just looked at the video on the fire test. It is on the NSSF channel. Just type ammo fire test. It should be first result. Otter, I've been saying the way for years when I heard La Pua rep at the shot. Correct the guy. Yeah, I'm sure that high point is on the California roster. Eat the dog first and the cat last. It's going to get down to who gets ate first. Cannon supplies have gone through the roof like ammo now. See, didn't know. I'm way behind on that. Would love to learn it. I had big plans of learning how to can, but I think to really can correctly, you actually have to grow your food. Like if you're buying green beans to can, and I could be totally wrong, so you guys help me with this, especially those of you that can. So like say I buy 5 pounds, 10 pounds of green beans fresh from the grocery store, and then I can them. Wouldn't it just been better if I would have just bought the can of green beans? You know what I mean? So the reason in my head of canning is because I actually say planted green beans, and those things went crazy, and I'm like, shit, I can't eat all this. And then I go, well, I got a fix for that. I can can all that crap, and then I can eat it later. Now, isn't that the real reason to can? Because I do know people that have bought a bunch of stuff, and then they can it. I could see it with maybe meat, but like green beans and shit, you can already buy green beans in a can. Let me know. Would love to hear your thoughts. Where was he this spring when the toilet paper shortage of 2020 took place? I don't know. He's a smart dude. He's not one of those. Well, we'll just leave it that. But he's a smart dude. But I don't know. I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe financially he couldn't at the time, which doesn't make any sense either. Makes good money, so I don't know why he doesn't have. He does have a shotgun, and he does have. I think he said like 200 rounds, but he wanted to get a pistol and a rifle, so he's a little bit behind on the power curve. Local pawn shops near me is selling a used Gen 4 Glock 19 for $700. LOL and walked out. I laughed out loud and walked out. Glad to be prepared. You know what? I've never been to a freaking pawn shop where their gun shit, even way before this COVID crap and all that other bullshit. They're like, it's basically they're selling it for MSRP everywhere I go in a gun shop. Unless it's just a pile of shit, something like, looks like it's been sitting in a toolbox for 12 years, rusting away. They're always like MSRP prices. I'm like, who's going to buy this shit when you can drive 5 minutes down the street and get one brand new one in a box for the same price? It makes no damn sense. Would you know where primers are too for reasonable prices? I'm in Georgia. I only grow food that my food eats. Beef. That's what's for dinner and breakfast. LOL. Idaho Rogers, yeah. See, that's awesome. I used to have cattle. And when I mean cattle, I mean like one or two when I was growing up. And it was just to have meat. We didn't have like a big ranch or anything, but we had pigs. We had some cows. And, but yeah, nice having, it's just so much better meat. You just can't beat it. And then when my kids were in 4-H, we used to do turkeys. And we would always buy a cow every year from some kid. Basically, that money they spend all year, they buy the calf, and they raise this calf and wash it and bathe it and comb it and brush it and all this shit and bring it to shows. But that money goes towards their college fund to help them get into college. It's a great thing. The Future Farmers of America is also an amazing thing for kids that are, especially country folk that, that's how they grew up. Not talking about city kids because they really don't have the school type of property to be able to do this. But for those that are in 4-H and Future Farmers of America and so on, yeah, they're amazing ways for the kids to, work hard, depending on what animal they're doing, and get money to be raised for college. So they basically auction these things off at the end of the show, and whoever the winner is, basically, meaning, outbid the last person, that money will go into that kid's account so that they can use it for whatever, but it's mostly to help them get into college or pay for college or stuff like that. Pay for the food that went into the calf that turned into a steer. Let's see. Buy food in bulk and then can or vacuum seal in smaller packages. That makes sense, 45 Auto. Well said. Now that I can understand. Go to like Costco and buy like a 300-pound bag of freaking frozen broccoli and then put it in smaller containers. Got it. Ranger 10's out there. Hit Steel's out there. What's up? Done driving. Back with y'all. All right, Bad Billy. Glad you're back. We're getting all over the place. We're talking about canning now. Got an elk and 2 deer this year. Also processed a hog over the weekend. My 3 freezers are full. Nice, Ranger 10. Awesome. That is really cool. It's always better to know the name that your hamburger used to have. So we did this. We always used to get dairy cows. A buddy of my dad's owned a big dairy farm. And we would get dairy cows to raise. Most of the time, they were the calves of the dairy cows. So, the boy calves, which is a steer, or basically could be a bull if it has nuts, but you basically denut them and they turn into steers or whatever for more tender meat. But they there was this one calf, and I can't remember its name now. This was so damn long ago. But we had raised this calf, and it was like a really cool little calf, and it got bigger and bigger, and it was just super nice. And everybody knew that this thing was going to be freaking, this was going to be dinner when it was time to process. And we kept going through, and this cow was really cool, and we'd hang out with it and have fun with it and feed it and stuff, and you could sit there and pet it, and it'd come up to you and basically say hi and shit. And so the how it works, or at least how it did work, I don't know about now, but the processor would come to your house. So the guy would sit there, he'd shoot it, he'd hang it up, he'd gut it, and then he'd throw it in his truck, and it'd go to the meat processing factory. And so we get this meat, goes in the freezer. My mom cooks steak, or I don't remember what the hell it was. And we're all sitting at the table, and we're all looking at our plate. And we're just looking at, I don't remember what it was, a steak or whatever the hell it was. And I think I said, moo. And everybody stood up, took their plate, and they freaking brand new steak, slid it in the freaking trash can. And that was dinner. Nobody ate their steak. So we ended up giving that cow away to some needy families or somebody, I don't remember now, but yeah. So for some reason we got attached to that cow, and so don't get attached to your whatever your dinner is going to be. But yeah, don't say moo at the end, at the beginning of dinner, because that didn't work out well for anybody. Bad Billy says, got a notification that La Pua Cinerex is in stock. So for those of you that just want a few boxes, his name was Tasty. That's right, Reb. Let's see. Right now I'm eating Bert. My cousin is eating Ernie. Nice. His name was, come here, boy. Reb Rick, would you have spelled that Tasty? Tasty? What the hell are you talking about? Oh, Tasty. I guess so. Tasty. Talking about tea. I am out. Except for that little drop that was on my computer. Luckily, it wasn't very much. His name was Kamehaba. Let's see. Darn, hate to say this. Is that time. Take it easy, y'all. All the best from Iceland. Love you all. Later, boys and girls. I appreciate it, Otter. Stay safe. Talk to you later. Be home tomorrow late. So don't plan on any chats because I'll be getting home late. But you never know. Maybe I'll get home earlier than I anticipate. So we're at almost an hour and a half. We'll just call this done. So if you get a chance, everybody type in a comment, and I will go from Lynn Holt right here. I'll start what I can see. I got Commando 97s out there, Otter. Got Chico Wise, Drew Bradley, Lynn Holt, the Shaggy Rifleman, DW. Come on, type in some stuff so I can say goodnight. And we got Reb out there as well. Ranger 10. What's Covina Dodge? Oh, shit. Out of tea. Thanks for the chat, Rick. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm sure I'll see you before then. Idaho Rogers, USMC. Okay, a question for you Southern boys. How can I grow chewing tobacco? I have no idea. I know someone's got to know on here. There's a lot of Southern boys out here. John Crowderman, appreciate it. Skull, have a good night. Be safe. Lynn Holt, Nat John Boy. That used to be a good show. Let's see. +5. Signal Soldier 31 out there. Appreciate it. Retirement is good. I hope so. I hope so. Ronald Wilson. Time to blow out the candles. That's right. DW on a stick. Reb, have a good night. Everyone good chatting. +5 Viborg Thriller, Rob. Reb 3. David J. You'll be back. I'll be back. That's right. You guys take care. Have a great night. Stay safe. And wish me luck on getting home safe. Because I got to get in one of them damn beer cans that flies at like 700 miles an hour tomorrow. All right. See you guys.